hate his character, man. I'm so happy when he's done.
Okay, does that answer your question? Man, I've missed you all. So obviously now Harold will answer any questions that you ask. He has got his own belt. So completely. But I know that I speak for everybody involved with the show when I say how excited we are to bring you back. Harold is actually the first and only actor who's ever left the show and is actually part of a grander design to come back, and it was excruciating for us to kind of keep our mouths shut, all of us, for a season, essentially. But 28 weeks later kind of kicked ass, so at least that happened. And we're just thrilled to have you.
I mean, and it's the same here. It's been one of those long, tricky, I mean, they've had more information than I've had, and so I've made choices, and then finally it's all worked out, and I'm really, really excited to go back to Hawaii and hang out with a bunch of my friends. And now we know when it's going to end, and so, yes, that this time if Michael goes away, he's gone.
Michael's...
Go ahead.
Michael's story is really one of the most compelling ones for us on the show, because here's a character who obviously, undertook some very extreme actions in order to basically get his son off the island. And when he sailed off on that boat, I think everyone was very curious about what happened to him and what is his fate. And in a series that deals a lot with the power of this island to be redemptive and what characters need to do to redeem themselves, we really feel that Michael's story is going to be one that will be a really compelling part of the season.
And we can confirm that Harold is not coming back for a quick pop in an episode. He is a series regular. He is rejoining the cast. We're not going to tell you when, but it is going to be early in the 4th season, because I think the way that we're doing it is going to be fairly awesome.
Yeah.
So feel free to direct your questions to Harold.
If you want, but I have that same answer I've had from the beginning. I don't know. So whatever questions you have, really, you talk to the two men. These men have all in their heads.
Okay. So, go ahead.
Good to see you back, Harold.
Thank you.
I had a question about the Lost experience after season 2 that really kept me just loving Lost. And after I found out that it wasn't here after season 3, I was really disappointed because I needed my little fix, And I was wondering if we're ever going to get one back, and if Rachel Blake's going to end up on the island anytime soon.
Rachel is probably not going to end up on the island anytime soon. We are, obviously, we've been talking for a long time about doing these Lost mobisodes, which are going to be for Verizon. Will be sort of little short movies that you'll first be able to access on your cell phone. Those are still in process. We're hoping to get those done and out this fall. They might be the next thing that you see in terms of original content on Lost, apart from what's going to happen at 5:58 tonight. In terms of the Lost experience, we sort of felt it was kind of a mixed bag. I think, for the hardcore fans, it was very satisfying, but we had a hard time kind of making it work for a large audience. And honestly, we just didn't really have the time this year with planning out the show, with the full announcement of the season ending, with everything else that was going on, to really engage in doing another Lost experience. But that does not mean that we won't do another one or revisit that between other seasons of the show.
It's really tricky because, we want to do stuff that is really, exclusive for the hardcore fans of the show, the people who really sort of pour their energy, their blood, their sweat, the ones, who are sitting outside this room for hours upon hours to kind of, right on. I know who you are. But, as as a result of us wanting to do that, that stuff has to be in canon, you know? We can't say like, oh, that had nothing to do with us, and therefore you wasted your time going through that lost experience. So as Carlton said, you know, it requires us to, you know, kind of be in full creative control of that, and not at the expense of the mothership. One of the good, awesome benefits, I think, of doing just 16 a year is that we will be able to refocus our time and energy into creating, you know, separate medias, you know, attention on the game, you know, mobisodes, another lost experience. We have a couple cool book ideas that tie into the show, and really supervise that stuff so that it's awesome and worth your money. So, you know, that's kind of where we stand on it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
But I just wanted to say that Richard Alpert, the guy that never ages, is an awesome, awesome character.
He is, yes.
A lot of potential.
Yes.
And
then he's played by Nestor Carlton, who is awesome, but is actually on he's on a CBS show this year.
You know, we run into this problem a little bit, which is, you know, you make a show, but you make a show in the real world where people have other commitments and issues, and I think, you know, Harold kind of alluded to that too. I mean, Harold had other projects and things going on, and it was hard, and it took a while for us to work out our schedule in conjunction with a lot of the other artistic projects that Harold was involved in. And I think we're going to have the same problem a little bit with Nestor. I mean, he's doing this show with Jimmy Smits, and, you know, so we may be limited in how much we can use him until that show resolves.
And we want that show to do very, very
No, we don't. He's got so much potential. He's a very, very good actor. Anyway, season 4, that's why we're here, that's what I asked about. You answered this question the last time, Damon, and I'm going to ask you the same question. Please answer it. What's the title of the first episode? Please.
What's the title of what first episode?
The first episode of season 4.
Oh. You know what? I can tell you honestly, we're in the middle of writing it right now. We do not have a title.
Literally, we're being honest with you and not cagey. We don't know. It's written, and there have been several title ideas pitched out. One that I think we're kind of favoring, but we're not going to reveal that.
No, we don't have it. We'll make one up.
We'll work on it. We still have 10 minutes.
Hey, thanks a lot. This show is absolutely brilliant. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man.
The fans, we ask lots of different questions. There's a lot of people in line right now. But what questions are we not asking that we ought to be?
That's kind of a Mobius loop of a question.
Yeah. Who's in the coffin?
Actually, if I can ask Harold, you've been watching the show,
right?
You know, since you left it, and obviously know just as much about it as you.
As I did before.
Who do you think's in the coffin, Harold?
Yeah. If you had to make a guess, who would you say is in the coffin?
Well, I mean, and this is just me guessing, and someone on the, I think online had blown up the article that Jack showed to Kate. It said that he left behind a teenage son. So my guess is it's, you know, the person with the son is probably Locke. It's just a guess. I don't know.
I think I'm very educated.
I don't know.
We'll wait and see if Terry reads this online.
Exactly. Harold said I'm dead.
You know, another question that I would be lining up to ask, and therefore, you know, would be who's on that freighter out there, and what do they want out of the island? That's what I'd be asking.
And then obviously the other question, which I would ask, which we're not going to answer, is okay, Kate and Jack obviously got off the island. Did anybody else get off the island?
Ooh, what about those skeletons from season 1?
Oh yeah.
What about those guys?
And what about Mickey and Paula? Were they really dead?
Yeah.